Now, speaking of, because you had mentioned sound before and like what's coming out of Portland and all that, your sound and style is so unique, so original. It's like beautiful, brutal melody in a lot of ways. It's like someone was trying to, when I was telling people I was going to be interviewing you guys, they want to know what you sounded like, and that was the best analogy I can come up with because I don't think there's anybody you guys sound like, which is fantastic.
Oh, awesome.
And now I really want to know who were some of your biggest influences, especially making like a smorgasbord of music, like what Portugal Man does.
I have the most boring answer, which is the Beatles.
Okay, all right. Hey, listen, you got to start somewhere.
Very small unknown band. I feel like so much started with the Beatles. Whether it started with them or not, they took like the movement that was happening in San Francisco, like the psychedelic movement that was happening, and they made it something. They made it into something. It wasn't just, they were writing good songs, but the Beatles were writing, hits.
Right.
They were taking those sounds and doing something so massive, and it was so untouchable for anybody else to even get near it. Nobody had that experience. I mean, other people did, but to be fair. But the Beatles really did something huge, and I think it influenced everything that has happened in a roundabout way. It's influenced hip-hop. It's influenced everything. And they just did it, and they did it right. I think, to be honest, Wu-Tang was like a huge reason I started this band.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I had wanted to do something for so long that incorporated like programming and drum machines.
Okay.
And Wu-Tang came along, and this was just something that I wanted to hear for a long time, and Wu-Tang came along, or came into my life, and it was just so perfect. The RZA did such a great job of like perfect samples, and it was instantly recognizable. It was instantly known to you.
Right.
You didn't know why, but it was just like these very classic samples, whether it was obscure or not. You were hearing it and you got that feeling. The Wu-Tang didn't have to have choruses.
Right.
They could just go from person to person and talk shit over the track with hidden meanings and everything. And that was such a Beatles thing to do. The hidden meanings and messages and everything. Very cool group. I mean, that group to me pulled it off so well.
Yeah, wow, very very cool analogy, very cool. I never really even thought of that, and I love the both of them.
They're so soul. They're such a soul group, and they're so R&B, and in the best way too. They really really did it.
Totally. If you haven't yet, pick up the new Raekwon album. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I imagine so.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I actually heard that. I don't know why I haven't gotten it yet, but I will be sure to get that.
Yeah, if you have like 10 minutes, definitely grab it, and you'll definitely be pleased with it. Speaking of like praising on records, your latest, The Satanic Satanist, which I think is the cleverest title out there right now, is receiving like such outstanding reviews and such high acclaim. How do you guys respond to that?
Oh, I don't know. It's been cool for us, We're just making music,
right?
And we put it out so frequently. We've been doing an album a year, album every 9 months from time to time, and it's just really cool that it was accepted so easily. We had wanted to make a pop record for so long, and feeling like. I think everybody feels like pop is a dirty word to an extent, but we really wanted to do that. We really wanted to do it. We wanted to do it with substance, and we wanted there to be a reason behind it, which was the sing-alongs we had as kids, or the sing-alongs I had as a kid, driving into town with my parents and listening to oldies radio.
Totally.
I really wanted to attack the song structure and do something new, and bands get slammed for that. They get slammed so hard, and in doing it, I found like there's points where obviously a band should get slammed for it. I had read interviews with bands talking about their transition into songwriting.
Right.
and why it happened. And it's always, I mean, no offense to those bands, it's always so fake. Like, you really have to want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has to be something that you want to do. So I don't know music. I don't know music well enough to where we should be able to do that at all, which is why it was so hard for me to pull off. But I really hope it comes across properly. I hope it comes across right and not as a...
I mean, it's definitely there. You know, just from listening to it, it's definitely there. You know, there's such a passion on that record that is really moving in so many ways. You know, and I would have never really classified it as pop, but I mean, it definitely is. You know, totally listener friendly.
It's pop is such a dirty word. You know? The Beatles were pop. You know?
Right, that's the thing.
The reason that worked is because they wrote about what they wanted to write about. You know, like Paul wrote about going and getting donuts from the corner store. You know, like they just wrote about everyday life, and they wrote about things that they did and people that they knew. And I think that's what hit me the most when we sat down to do it. Anyway, I wrote most of the songs at my parents' house,
mm-hmm.
and most of the lyrics up there came out of my dad being in the other room and walking in and saying, "Are you saying soldier or golden?" I'm like, well, I don't know. Which one should I say?
Right.
So I think this one works. It was just fun. Like, I just made it around my parents, and
that's a very cool experience.
Then. On it.